something starts to hurt in their training, and the mistake that they make is they stop. Unfortunately, stopping is typically why most people have a tough time getting better in the long run. You don't get better by completely stopping, and that's something that hopefully I can help reiterate here, and you can check the book I have on Amazon, Fix Your Body. Go check that out. But you get better by training, continuing to train appropriately. And you have to understand that the goal is not to have zero pain at all times, especially if something's bothering you. The goal is to find tolerable levels of loading, do that loading within tolerable ranges of motion, and make sure that you can do that kind of work consistently. And that part is where most people tend to mess up. They'll go too hard, and then what ends up happening is they can't turn around and train for the next day. They feel worse, and they start to lose some momentum while they're trying to recover. And what ends up happening is not progress, turns into detraining over time. And you should be able to train, even if there's some sort of pain or injury. You should be able to train tomorrow. You should be able to train the next day. You should be able to train the day after that. Follow me? So every time you are training and there's something that's bothering you, think about it this way. Does the thing that's bothering me hurt while I'm doing this? Is there a spike in pain, discomfort, symptoms immediately after I do this? Do the pain and symptoms that show up make it harder for me to train tomorrow or the next day? And that last one becomes very important, because if what you're doing now is going to ruin any work you can do tomorrow, then you're pushing too far when you're trying to recover from the situation. Things you need to consider, though, is don't stop training altogether. You just need to adjust what you're doing. So, can't lunge right now? Let's get a sled out and push it. Can't be pressing overhead because of discomfort? Switch to like a landmine. Deadlifts bothering your back? Shorten the range of motion that you're pulling from. Keeps the pattern the same, but reduces the stress. And that way we can keep training with some sort of volume and frequency, and try to keep the training stress high enough in other ways. And when you have these musculoskeletal conditions, you have more control over the situation than you think. And that's, people a lot of times tend to run off to see a physical therapist or a doctor right away. But things you need to think about first are, what can I change? I can change the range of motion I'm using. I can change the tempo that I'm moving at. I can change the loading that I'm using. I can adjust the volume. I can turn around and change the angles and keep things same but different. And the important thing to remember is that you're not stuck when you have some sort of pain or discomfort when training. You just are not making any effort to make a proper adjustment so that you can continue. Some levels of discomfort are going to be part of the process of training. Some levels of discomfort are going to be the process of returning to your normal training after something happens. But what ends up catching most people is they try to eliminate all pain before they progress or before they get back to it. And that just ends up leaving you detrained and eliminating the progress you could be making in other ways. So you need to learn that difference between what is productive discomfort and what is actually harmful. So to close it all out, Don't completely stop training just because something is hurting. You just need to learn how to change how you are training until your body makes those adjustments and the discomfort dissipates. Then you can turn around and build everything back up.